He is one of the most famous and interesting writers in history. Some people even described him as a madman. I'm not talking about Jeff Peterson.
Hey, we're talking about Edgar Allan Poe. He's most known for writing The Raven and the Telltale Heart. Well, there was a speakeasy going on tonight in Portland into the weekend that brings the works of the poet to life. Joining us this morning to talk about this fun and spooky event are Michael Schlapp and also Charles Mann. Thanks for coming on, you guys.
Oh, thanks for
Good morning.
Oh, hey, let's first of all talk about this. This is taking place at the Masonic Temple on Congress Street in Portland tonight. When people go, what's the experience going to be like?
Oh, interactive, immersive cocktail experience. Truly haunting. Right, Charles?
No, absolutely. And it's one of the venue that we're in, the Masonic Lodge, is just kind of one of a kind, super unique, but it's 4 cocktails served alongside 4 of his stories. So two of the ones you mentioned, Telltale Heart. We have also Mask of Red Death, The Raven, of course.
And the Black Cat.
Yeah, the Black Cat.
All right, tell us more about the inspiration and how you get into character for this.
Oh, sure. Well, how I get into character is I just think, what was Edgar Allan Poe processing through this time? You know, he went through a lot of grief, sickness, death, alcoholism, so just really try to tap into that and, you know, really connect with that.
Yeah, I mostly think about trying to terrify the audience in our own unique way. You know, we bring the immersive element. You know, a certain sense of a high clown, vaudevillian clown, and yeah, just bringing a little spooky atmosphere to the whole thing.
Yeah. Sure. Speaking of that, what makes Edgar Allan Poe so iconic?
It's a good question because we get a big Venn diagram of guests, you know, from all walks of life, and I think he has a very timeless work in what he does. You know, we can all relate to it past years and years.
Yeah, I think he was unafraid to kind of embrace perhaps some of the more macabre elements of human life. You know, he was unafraid to address madness, and I think, you know, and even now, you know, 100 and so years later, we still kind of connect with that idea and that human struggle to kind of combat and deal with the very real emotional strife that we go through.
I'm seeing some of the photos, you can definitely tell, you know, it's a vibe, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk more about the spookiness, the scariness, and just kind of the atmosphere, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know, you're kind of walking into kind of a smoke-filled room set to very macabre and dark music, and pretty soon you'll get a cocktail in your hand. Dimly lit, and then, you know, pretty soon stories start to emerge and kind of come from the performers that really start to deepen your relationship with this dark, macabre world that we kind of build over the course of 90 minutes.
Yeah, and this includes 4 cocktails. It's a speakeasy. It's fun because I love the names of some of the cocktails. We're going to show some on your screen right now. Let's talk about that. That's a major part of the show, too.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's 4 drinks, and we try to cover a lot of ground with the recipes, you know. The first drink, as you see, the pale blue eye, blueberry citrus infused vodka with an eyeball floating in it.
Oh, I love it! That's amazing. And some of them have like smoke coming out of them or something?
Oh, yeah, sometimes,
so cool.
you know. A lot of people like the second drink. It's the Cat's Meow, and it's brandy, bourbon, and a French vanilla cream, garnished with star anise and cinnamon.
Yeah, it's said to be Edgar Allan Poe's favorite drink.
Really?
Yes, it's a tribute to him.
How
you know?
cool is that?
What about the Red Death?
The whole cocktail of Red Death.
Yes, we've made some adjustments here, and it's got notes of guava, white cranberry, strawberry, in a sea of vodka, my friends.
A sea. Yeah.
All right, do we have one more? Oh, that one.
Oh, yes, the Nevermore.
Can't forget it.
Now, that's a sky of vodka, my friends, with flavors of peach and lime, garnished with the moon.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that alone is like incredible.
You sold me, right?
Absolutely.
What is the reaction, you know, from people who attend this event?
Oh, they have no idea. They're very surprised, and they're floored, you know, and it's always something they don't expect, right?
Yeah, I would say, like, kind of in this age of screens and kind of staying inside, people are thrilled now to get into a room together, to kind of enjoy live art together, and in truth, get a little drunk together as well.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a Friday night.
Yeah, but you know, it's really our deep joy to kind of bring this show to people.
Yeah, in essence, we've been talking about this show. Can you go into character and maybe give us maybe 30 seconds of one of the parts, whether it's the Raven, the Telltale Heart,
early
whatever?
for people, but I think we're going to have to try. Ready for this? I'm nervous. I'm very dreadfully nervous. But how could you say that I'm mad? Listen, observe how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It's impossible to say. At first, the idea entered my brain, but I loved the old man. He had never wronged me. I think it was his eye. Something like it. Something like that. It's better in person, I promise.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I mean, this can't even feel like work for you guys, right?
Oh yeah, it's more play. It's like
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
truly, I mentioned it before, but it's our life's work.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the most meaningful sense.
Here's the cool part, because you have the scary, spooky atmosphere to it. You have some 10 o'clock shows, which I think maybe makes it a little, because you're closer to midnight, right? Does that make those even better, huh?
Yes, the people in that time frame are very fun too.
Yeah.
They
Had a few before, and then
Yeah.
there.
All across the country, our 10 o'clock crowds are kind
Ooh.
of certainly famous for a certain boisterous energy, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, they're definitely our most lively bunch, I think.
Oh, for sure.
I think there's something to be said to how unique this is because it's a traveling show. I mean,
Yeah.
this is something that only this weekend, people can check out. So I feel like that's sort of a fun aspect of it as well.
Yeah, it creates a lot of buzz. You know?
Yeah.
We have to see this now. You know.
Yeah,
Totally.
and what a unique way to not only see this country, but see Portland, Maine as well. Like
Right.
to truly in the vaudevillian history of American theater, to roll into a town, meet the people in a very, especially in our show, a one-on-one kind of way.
Yeah.
And then see them at the grocery store 2 days later.
How many people are in this show? How many performers?
About like 5 to 6, depending.
Yeah,
Very
the whole show is
intimate,
put
yeah.
on by 5 people. Like by the end of tonight's, by the end of one show, we'll have served just about 800 cocktails.
Wow.
And that's
And
put
this-
on by 5 people.
And this is tonight and tomorrow night?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so where can people buy tickets?
Oh, you can go to the Edgar Allan Poe Speakeasy website or Instagram. That is totally fine and straightforward, and you can find out where to buy tickets and what time, what day, or what city. If you want to go into another location, that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
because we have
great
teams
idea.
all across the country.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow, what a way to wake up, huh, with
I
Edgar Allan
love
Poe.
it.
Here we go. I know. We were
Absolutely.
going to bring some cocktails for
I
you
know,
to
we
try.
didn't get the cocktail part, but we got the performance.
Yeah,
That
I
was
know. A
pretty,
little too,
pretty darn good.
let's see a
So,
vodka.
so at 9:21, a little too early for the Red Death, I think. huh?
Yeah,
Probably.
it's a little too intense.
Thank you guys so much
Of course,
for joining
thanks for having us.
us.
It's been a joy.
Really,
Yeah.
really cool experience.
Great job with the
yes,
poem, too, man.
I
It was
loved
awesome.
it.
God, good. I'm glad I didn't mess it up.
You did not at all. All right, after the break, Emily will be joining